Welcome to our deep dive, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive. This time we're tackling the V75 races at Bergsåker. And this Saturday, well, let's just say it's going to be interesting.
Definitely. We've got that barefoot racing ban still in effect for this last V75 round. So there's an extra layer of, well, complexity to consider.
Right. It's like we need to kind of read between the lines a bit this week, figure out which horses might actually benefit from the ban and who might just explode once it's lifted. But hey, that's what makes this deep dive so fun, right? Uncovering those hidden advantages, finding those potential upsets. So let's jump right in, shall we? V75 Lewis 1, the silver division. Dilvajet, she's starting from position 2, and, well, she's the clear favorite after that. I mean, pretty amazing win in her season debut.
Yeah, no, she was impressive. Like a rabbit, a lot of the sources are saying she's the one to beat, and I'd have to agree, that time she clocked could definitely put her in a higher class.
A flying machine, but hold on. Kinky Boots, starting from position 1, she's always a contender. Always placing well, but can never seem to actually grab that win. Maybe this is her week.
Possibly. A good start could put her right there with Dilvajet. And then we've got Baron Tilly starting from position 8, back from a break, but already snagged a win in his last race. He could be a dark horse here. Talent's definitely there.
Yeah, and if the race unfolds in a way that, plays to his strengths, he could be a real threat. And then there's that long shot potential with One Crystal starting way out in position 11. Some sources are saying she could be a surprise contender.
Definitely one to keep an eye on. Okay, so to sum up V75-1, we've got a potential superstar in Dilvajet, the always a bridesmaid Kinky Boots, a comeback kid in Baron Tilly, and maybe a long shot surprise with One Crystal.
Sounds like a recipe for a thrilling race. All right, let's move on to V75-2, the Class 2. And this one has a bit of a wild card, wouldn't you say? Ollie Boko, starting from position 5. He's the favorite on paper, but there are some whispers, let's say, about his temperament.
Yeah. Let's just say he's a bit special. The talent's there, no doubt, but some experts are a little hesitant because, well, he can be unpredictable. Brilliant 1 minute, a complete meltdown the next.
So a bit of a gamble then.
A bit, yeah. But if we're looking at challengers, 9 points king in position 12 is worth considering, especially with a top driver. And Gandalf Broad, starting from position 1, could be dangerous if he can grab that early lead.
That battle for the front is always exciting. Now, what about long shots in this race? Any potential for an upset?
Oh, always potential for an upset. Multi-Wib, starting from position 9, he had a really strong performance in that tough final race. Lupin Raz, position 8, he's got potential, but that starting position doing him any favors. And then there's Envy's Gold Neck, starting from 11, 2 straight wins on short tracks. Can't ignore that, even with that tough starting position.
Lots to consider there. So V75-2, we've got a potentially brilliant, but let's say volatile favorite, some strong contenders, and a handful of long shots that could shake things up. Okay, on to V75-3, the Call Blogs division. And here we've got a bit of a superstar, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Stumney Fire. Starting from position 11, he's on an 8-race win streak. Hard to bet against that kind of dominance.
8 races, wow. So who dares to challenge the champ?
Well, Smedheim Stop. Starting from position 1, he made quite an impression in his debut with that new trainer, and he's going to be going for the lead right out of the gate. Then there's Frival Gorm, position 9. He's young, but he's got that fire. He even won his last race despite a gallop, which is, well, pretty remarkable.
A gallop, and he still won. Okay, he's definitely one to watch. Anyone else?
Blomster Princessen, driven by Mats E. Juice for trainer Jan-Olaf Persson. Could be dangerous if he takes the lead. And don't count out Opgårds Drangen in position 12. That strong finish in his last race suggests he's got more to give.
Okay, so V75-3, a clash of titans. The reigning champion, a young up-and-comer, and a couple of contenders who aren't backing down. This one's going to be a nail-biter. All right, moving on to V75-4, the State Division N. Global Eye Catcher, starting from position 12. She's the favorite here. But Randy Zahn, starting from position 1, making her season debut. And there's a bit of an interesting story around her preparation.
Yeah, she's been doing things a little differently, training on a sand track, experimenting with some new techniques. Some experts are saying it could give her an edge. Stamina, a strong finish.
Fascinating. So will this unconventional approach pay off? Who else stands a chance in this race?
Well, Soccer Box in position 7. Powerful finish in his last race, definitely a contender. Luck Pennywine, position 3. She's got a good shot at securing a nice spot behind the leader. And then there's Global Deadline, position 11, with Mika Force starting. Could be a dark horse.
Lots of potential there. V75-4, a mix of seasoned competitors and a potential wild card with that unique training regimen. Okay, on to V75-5, the Bronze Divisionen. The Sterbo Ajax starting from position 3, he's favored, but it sounds like he might face some stiff competition right from the start.
Right. Several strong contenders all going for the lead. Could make things difficult for him. One to watch. Judge D, position 10. Been performing well, and, well, here's the thing. That barefoot racing ban actually works in his favor. Historically, he does much better with shoes.
So the ban is actually giving him an advantage. Wow, it really shows how these unusual circumstances can, really impact the race. Who else is gunning for that lead?
So Lund Scramble, position 2. Fast starter, almost certainly going for the front. Could be a real battle right out of the gate. And then Everglow Lemon, position 9. Overdue for a win, switching to an American sulky that could give him the boost he needs.
All right, so V75 to 5, a potential showdown for the lead with Judge D possibly benefiting from that barefoot ban. Any long shots worth mentioning in this one?
Zarava CD, position 6, and Zekamiston in position 7. Both worth considering. Okay, let's move on to V75 to 6, the big one, the Bergsåker Winter Tret. Always a fan favorite.
It's the race everyone's talking about. Decision maker, starting from position 14. He's the top horse, but that Volter start, it really throws a wrench in the works. Makes it much harder to predict.
Absolutely. It's not just about raw speed anymore. It's about strategy, navigating that field. Competitivo, position 11. He's in good form. Could pose a real threat, as could Carl Halbach, position 10. He's been steadily improving. Potential for a strong finish there.
So the Volter start really opens up the possibilities. What about long shots in this race? Any catching your eye?
A few, actually. Libby in position 1. He could grab the lead, especially with Carl Johan Jeppson driving him for the first time. Then there's Bertas Ankare, position 6. Legendary Uran Kihlstrom at the reins. Had a disappointing performance last week, traveled a long way to get to Bergsåker, but his trainer seems pretty confident. A real underdog story.
Love a good underdog story. Anyone else?
Dynamite Sensation. Starting from position 9, impressed in his last race. Shouldn't be ignored.
Okay, V75-6, packed with potential. A top horse facing a tricky start, strong contenders, and a few long shots with compelling narratives. This was going to be a nail-biter. All right, last race, V75-7, Class 3 moat, Class 1. And this one, well, it's wide open, isn't it? No clear favorite.
Nope. A real toss-up. Jenks Morton, position 10. High potential, but he's coming back from a long break due to health issues. Had some heart problems, actually. So it's a big question mark whether he can, return to form.
That's tough. What are people saying about his chances? Any indication he can recapture that old magic?
Cautious optimism, I'd say. It's a wait-and-see situation. We'll have to see how he performs on race day. Another one to watch, Neymar Boko, position 9. He's in great form, consistently delivers.
So, a reliable contender amidst all the uncertainty. What about long shots? Anyone in this race who could surprise us?
Oh, for sure. Vixie Garbo, position 11. Known for her, inconsistency, but that also means she's capable of anything. And then there's Ernest, position 14. Favorable starting position, could exceed expectations.
All right, so the final race. A mix of comebacks, consistent performers, and a whole lot of unpredictability. Should be an exciting finish to the V75 round.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what makes it even more interesting? That barefoot racing ban, right? It's still in place. Definitely throws in another wrinkle for us to think about.
Absolutely.
That's it. We've given you the map, but the adventure. That's all yours.
Beautifully said. So to our listeners out there, as you're, making your final bets for this V75 round, remember, trust your gut. Don't be afraid to, go against the grain. And hey, maybe you'll uncover that hidden gem, that horse no one else sees coming.
Good luck, everyone. Enjoy the races. We'll be back next week to break down another exciting V75 round. Who knows what we'll find when that barefoot ban is lifted. It should be a wild ride.
Until next time, keep on diving deep.